Good morning, everybody. It is early Sunday morning, and there's been something I've wanted to share with you all that I learned a couple weeks ago that really blew my mind. And we're going to use my book of Bible stories to illustrate it. I'm going to place a picture right here from the jw.org website, because this is all about something I was indoctrinated to believe as a child. So the Noah story. Well, last week, Rabbi Mike and I were learning about wet ancient pluvials. So we're talking flood myths across the ancient Near East. And so I thought, okay, well, I probably should study up on Noah so that way I know how everything occurs. There's 2 flood stories in the Bible, so I wanted to have some familiarity with it. And as I'm reading, I'm going, where is the part where Noah proselytizes? Where's the part that Noah warns everybody, like, hey, this flood is coming. God's going to destroy everybody if you don't get on this ark that I'm building. I'm thinking that I'm losing my mind because I can't find it. And then finally, during the show, I asked Rabbi Mike, I'm like, where is the part where Noah warns everybody? That never happens. That is one of those Christian retrofitting their own history into the Hebrew history. This Noah going and telling people that a flood is coming and that they're going to die, and they all laugh at him, did not happen. Figment of the imagination of Christians. This is what they call, this is a motif, and this motif is called a divine secret. The God whispers in the protagonist's ear, the chosen man, the guy who's going to be the hero, which in this story is Noah. In other ancient myths of this type, it was Zuasudra, it was Atrahasis, it was Utnapishtim, with, Gilgamesh going to find Utnapishtim to get the plant of life because he wants to live forever. Y'all, I know it shouldn't be shocking, but I felt so shocked because that was always a part of why we as Jehovah's Witnesses needed to knock on people's door. We were like Noah, warning people of the imminent end, the imminent danger ahead. Armageddon is right around the corner. The flood, the heavens are about to open up and God's going to make it rain. And it never happened. You know how I talk about, as Christians, we have these glasses on and it fills in all the gaps of the Bible because there are so many. It isn't cohesive, it isn't harmonious, but because we're wearing those Christian glasses, we fill in those gaps and see the story as somebody taught us to believe it. And I was taught to believe that Noah went telling people that they had an opportunity to live, but that's just not the case. And similarly, in the other flood myths, it was a divine secret. Was it Enlil? No, Enlil was the one in the Sumerian myths who made it rain. And I think Enki, the god of wisdom, is the one who saves, is it Atrahasis? Anyway, you understand what I'm trying to say. The god only tells this one person that they have this opportunity. It's I don't know. I don't know why I'm so shocked. I guess just because that's always how I saw myself as, all of us. I saw us all as trying to tell people like, hey, we can save you. We have this boat. And after all that, the earth is going to be a paradise. Everything's going to be perfect. Like, don't you want a perfect earth? Don't you want to live forever? And even after Moses' story, right? It wasn't better. The flood was supposed to get rid of the Nephilim, or the sons of God, the evil ones. And then we find out that as Moses is moving into the promised land, they're still there. The flood didn't take. So what was the purpose of the flood? It was supposed to be a reset, an opportunity for God to make it better, to fix what he did wrong in creation. Anyway, I think we're done here. I think you understand what I'm getting at. If you have any questions or comments, is this shocking to you? Are you just finding this out now? Leave me a comment. Let me know. But every Sunday, Rabbi Mike and I are doing, it's not a class per se. We want to kind of have like a talk show class where we do present information. We do try to help give people tools to understand ancient literature better, not just the Bible, but all those ancient texts that were gave inspiration to the Bible. People say the Bible's inspired by God. I say that these people who wrote the Bible are actually inspired by their peers, other literature that was written before them, stories, oral stories that have been told for millennia. And that was the inspiration, not God. Anyway, the idea of gods is what was inspiring people's projection of those gods, the archetypal mother goddess, father goddess, war, etc. So if you want to learn more, please, I'd love it if you followed our YouTube. It is called The Adults Table, every Sunday at 8 Eastern Standard Time. We'd love to see you there. Bring your questions. We want this to be a discussion. And I'm just an enthusiast. I'm not a scholar. I'm doing my best to read academics, but sometimes it's hard to find the information. I will search for hours upon hours, days, to find free resources because I can't afford to read every single paper I want to read. And academics, like these scholars, deserve to get paid for the research they're doing. But at the same time, I want to know, I want to understand, and I want you all to be able to understand. So it's amazing that I have my friend Mike, who's a rabbi, so he's a scholar. He's also working on his education. So we just want to make this information more accessible, more digestible. And I'd love for you to support us in this endeavor. I'd love to see you there. Come pull up a chair at the adults table. Love you. Bye. Duh, I almost forgot. Tonight, this Sunday at 8 p.m., our discussion is going to be about the B'nai Elohim, sons of God. You know that I love discussing this topic, so we're going to find out who are the sons of God. Were they angels? Were they demons? Were they giants? Were they humans? Were they idols? Come tonight. I'm going to do my best to walk you through all the information that I have. Rabbi Mike and I are going to discuss it and hopefully make some things a little more clear using the tools that we've learned in the first 3 episodes. I'll see you. Bye.